Hello and welcome back everyone. The focus of today's video is the USP. Most probably the first gun you ever used when you started playing CVC. It was there in your inventory to welcome you to the game that was about to consume a good chunk of your time, unbeknownst to you. I am personally a huge fan of it, and it's actually the first gun I ever fully maxed in the shop. But even I am able to recognize that it's kinda weak. It's a good backup for if you run out of ammo, and its low damage is not a hurdle during pistol rounds, but as much as I wish it didn't, the USP kinda sucks. It pains me to admit it, but the damage output of the USP is indisputably the worst out of all the guns in CVC. It can't even two-shot you through a helmet. You might actually do more damage to your enemy if you threw the gun at them and hit them in the face with it. But, that's obvious. Everyone knows that already, unless they're so new they don't even know how to open the shop yet. But, this leads to interesting situations where, often, if you are using only a USP, your enemy will come at you as though you are simply unable to deal damage at all. If you have any modicum of skill with the USP, you can use such situations to your advantage, and punish those overconfident buffoons with your gun that surprisingly does actually deal some damage when you hit your shots. You know, because it's a gun with bullets in it. What a revolutionary concept. Regardless, sometimes the low damage can actually work in your favor. Specifically, when you are trying to get knife kills. Using almost any other gun will deal too much damage, and will probably kill them before you can even pull out your knife, especially if they are an AFK player who doesn't have any armor on at all. But all the USP takes is a headshot and maybe a body shot if they have armor, and they're knifeable. Simple as that. The USP skins are, to put it mildly, kinda lame. They pale in comparison to the beautiful skins that some other guns have access to. The default skin is alright, albeit a bit dull, but the HK45 is just meh, and the Colt is genuinely gross. Who decided that rotten egg yolk was a good accent color for a gun? Manila folder isn't an especially good looking color, but at least it doesn't actively make me want to vomit. But, what can you expect? The USP was designed to be the default of all default guns. It was never meant to hold the spotlight with brilliant looks. I don't blame Hypixel for not putting much effort into its skins. But I still think it's an absolute travesty that they didn't. I may not be the smartest man in the world, but I am well aware that, outside of pistol rounds, the USP is not a viable main. It is simply incapable of the damage output required to keep its user alive in most situations. If keeping the user alive were not such a big deal, say, if respawn was basically instantaneous, it might be much more viable. It could also help if maybe the user was awarded more for getting those kills than someone who was using a gun that has an easier time getting kills. Oh, and to top it off, it would be real nice if no one was wearing armor, then it could two-shot no problem. Sadly, that's never gonna wait. I forgot about TDM. Yeah, the USP is hands down the best gun to use in TDM. The amount of points you get for kills with it is unbeatable. You get fewer points for completing some of the quests than you do for getting one single headshot kill with a USP. And since no one is wearing armor, you can two-shot people as long as you know how to aim. And aim is one of the USP's strong points. You can see what I'm getting at here. The entire game mode of TDM seems like it was tailor-made for the USP to step out of the shadows and shine. I have personally scored over 800 points in TDM using almost nothing but the USP. Even on a bad day I rarely have fewer than 500 points per game when I'm using the USP. I cannot stress enough how god tier the USP is in TDM. If you enjoy playing TDM, or just want to get that daily quest out of the way faster, I highly recommend using the USP. It will forever change the way you play TDM. In conclusion, The USP may not be the most powerful gun, but it is the most loyal. It will return to your inventory even after death, at no cost to you, just because it loves you so much and never wants to leave your side. Use this chance to give it some thanks for always being there for you, even when you didn't deserve it.
You filthy F5er.
No, but in all seriousness, due to its unwavering reliability and absolute god-tier status in TDM, the USP earns itself a well-deserved spot in A tier. What a legend. That's all for now, but stay tuned for my next video, in which I will discuss the shotgun. Until next time, this is Chongus, signing off.